My name is Lorraine Carter, and at 67 years old, I thought the hardest day of my life was the one when they played Amazing Grace on bagpipes at Hank's funeral. I was wrong. It was a golden October morning in Nashville, Tennessee. The kind where the leaves look like they've been dipped in honey and the air smells like wood smoke and biscuit grease from the Loveless Cafe. I was in my little brick ranch on Granny White Pike, the one Hank and I bought in 1984 for $62,000, the one where we raised Ashley, where I hung wind chimes on the porch and painted the front door turquoise because Hank said it reminded him of my eyes. I was sipping coffee at the kitchen table, the same table where Ashley learned to write her name in purple crayon, when my phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Urgent. Your Bitcoin wallet has been compromised. Click to secure $250,000 in assets. I didn't even know I had a Bitcoin wallet. But the link looked official. Green checkmarks, FDIC logo, everything. I'd been reading about crypto in the AARP magazine. Hank's 401k had grown to $250,000 after he passed. I thought maybe this is God's way of protecting it. I clicked. I entered my bank login. I confirmed the two-factor code. By 2:14 p.m., every penny was gone. 2:15 p.m. my bank called. At 2:16 p.m., I threw up in the kitchen sink. At 2:17 p.m., I realized I had $19.82 in my checking account and a mortgage payment due in 11 days. The house was paid off, thank the Lord. But the property taxes were $4,200 a year. My car needed new tires. My blood pressure pills were $180 a month. I had a pantry full of canned green beans and a freezer full of Hank's favorite deer sausage he'd hunted the year before he died. I called Ashley, my only child, my miracle baby, the girl I'd sung to sleep with Dolly Parton lullabies, driven to every cheer practice, cried with when her high school boyfriend dumped her for a senior. Ash, slow down, she said. I could hear little Harper in the background, singing Baby Shark off-key. You did what? I lost everything, baby. The money, Hank's money, it's gone. I need to stay with you and Travis just until the bank reverses it. Just a few weeks. Silence. Then Travis's voice, low and tight. We're turning the guest room into an Airbnb, Mom. We're booked solid through Christmas. Ashley sighed. The same sigh she used when I asked her to clean her room at 14. Mom, we're saving for Harper's private school. We can't afford the disruption. Disruption. That's what I was. A disruption. I hung up and sat on the porch swing, the one Hank built from scrap wood, and cried until the sun went down and the wind chimes stopped singing. The next 4 weeks were a slow bleed. The bank said the money was in blockchain limbo. The FBI said, international jurisdiction. The scam hotline sent me a PDF titled Asterisk, How to Avoid Elder Fraud. Asterisk, I sold Hank's fishing boat for $800. I pawned my wedding ring for $1,200. Hank had it made from his mother's engagement diamond. I applied for SNAP benefits and cried in the parking lot of the DHS office when they approved me for $28 a month. The power company sent a shut-off notice. The water bill was $180 past due. I started sleeping in Hank's old Carhartt jacket because I couldn't afford heat. One night, digging through a box of old concert tickets for proof of income, I found it. A guitar pick, worn smooth, tucked inside a matchbook from the Bluebird Cafe. Lorraine, you're the only song I ever needed. Wyatt, 81-inch asterisk asterisk underneath. A phone number in faded Sharpie. Wyatt Brennan. The guitarist who played open mic nights at the Bluebird when I was 24. The man who made me laugh until my ribs hurt. Who kissed me under the neon sign and promised he'd write a hit song with my name in the chorus. I left him for Hank because Hank had a union job at the Ford plant and Wyatt had a beat-up van and a dream. I hadn't spoken to him in 43 years. I stared at that guitar pick for 5 days. I rehearsed what I'd say. Asterisk, hi Wyatt. It's Lorraine. My lights are off, my daughter Airbnb'd my room. And I'm calling because I have nowhere else to go. Asterisk, pathetic, desperate, mortifying. But on the 6th night, the heat went out at 1:47 a.m. I sat in the dark, wrapped in Hank's jacket, teeth chattering, and dialed the number with fingers that wouldn't stop shaking. Rang once, 3 times. Wyatt Brennan. His voice was gravel and honey, deeper now, but unmistakable. Wyatt, I whispered. It's Lorraine. Lorraine Carter. Used to be Lorraine Hayes. Silence. Then, Rainey. Like he'd been waiting for the call since 1981. I started crying. Ugly, snotty sobs. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have called. I lost everything. Gam. My daughter, Ashley, she can't take me. I'm freezing, Wyatt. I don't know what to do. Where are you? Granny White Pike. The house with the turquoise door. But the heat's out and... Stay put. I'm coming. He arrived at 5:59 a.m. in a 1969 Cadillac DeVille, the color of root beer. I opened the door in Hank's jacket, flannel pajama pants, and house slippers with the soles flapping. My hair was a rat's nest. I smelled like Benghazi and despair. Wyatt stepped out, and the years melted away. He was 68 now. Tall, lean, silver hair in a ponytail under a faded Willie Nelson bandana, wearing a leather jacket that had seen every dive bar from Memphis to Austin. His eyes, storm cloud gray, still twinkling like he knew the punchline to a joke only we understood, locked on mine. He didn't say hello. He didn't ask questions. He opened his arms and said the 3 words that shattered me. The song's complete. I collapsed against him, sobbing into leather that smelled like stage smoke and cedar. He held me like he'd been rehearsing it for 43 years. The drive to Belle Meade took 22 minutes. I stared out the window, clutching my purse, the only thing I'd grabbed. Inside, my driver's license, a half-melted chapstick, and that guitar pick. We turned into a gated drive lined with sugar maples. The house, mansion really, was Tennessee stone and timber. Wraparound porch, copper gutters, rocking chairs that actually got used. A vintage Airstream sat in the side yard like a silver bullet. Inside it smelled like bourbon and old vinyl. A 1959 Gibson J45 leaned against a stone fireplace. Framed gold records lined the walls. Wyatt Brennan, opening act for Willie, Waylon, and Dolly in '89. Wyatt took my coat. Hungry. I hadn't eaten since yesterday's saltines. He made cheese grits with shrimp and thick toast with blackberry jam his mama canned. We ate at a farmhouse table big enough for a hoedown. Tell me everything, he said. So I did. The crypto scam. Bang. Ashley and Travis's Airbnb empire. The shut-off notices. A shame. When I finished, he was quiet. Then, your daughter's a damn fool. I laughed. Actually laughed. For the first time in months. He gave me the guest suite on the 2nd floor. 4-poster bed, quilt handmade by his grandmother, bathroom with a clawfoot tub and lavender soap, a closet bigger than my old living room. You're not a guest, he said. You're the muse I wrote Granny White Pike about. Stay as long as you want. Stay forever. That first week I floated. Lula, his housekeeper, did laundry and left fresh sunflowers on the dresser. Wyatt played guitar every morning, soft fingerstyle that drifted through the house like a Tennessee waltz. I started cooking again. Fried chicken, colored greens, banana pudding with Nilla wafers. Wyatt ate like a man who'd been living on green room catering for decades. Rainey, you're ruining me for Waffle House. You're ruining me for microwave dinners, I said. I haven't had a hot bath since August. We fell into a rhythm. Mornings * coffee on the back porch, watching cardinals at the feeder. Afternoons * walks in the garden. He grew heirloom tomatoes and zinnias the color of sunsets. Evenings * guitar. Stories. Sweet tea with mint. One night he played a song, slow, haunting, beautiful. This is Turquoise Door, he said. Wrote it the week you married Hank. Never played it live. Too raw. I cried into my sweet tea. He told me his story over weeks. After I left, he toured with Merle Haggard, wrote hits for George Strait, bought this land in '92 with his first platinum check. Never married. Nobody ever measured up to the girl who danced barefoot at the Bluebird. He showed me the gold record for Whiskey and Wind Chimes, a song about a woman who left him for a man with a steady job. "That's me," I whispered. "Always was Rainey." 3 weeks in, Ashley called. "Mom, your phone's been off. Where are you?" I was in Wyatt's kitchen, rolling out biscuit dough, flour on my apron, humming Jolene. "I'm with a friend." "What friend?" "Mrs. Delaney said you left with some hippie in a Cadillac." "Mom, this is reckless." "Reckless?" I laughed. "The only reckless thing was trusting you'd choose family over square footage." "Travis and I talked. You can stay in the garage apartment. It's furnished, has its own entrance." I hung up. Wyatt taught me to live again. He took me to the Grand Ole Opry. Backstage passes. Vince Gill hugged Wyatt like an old friend. The band dedicated "Go Rest High" to a woman who came home after 43 years. The crowd thought it was sweet. I knew it was sacred. He bought me clothes. Not fancy, just soft. Jeans that fit. A turquoise sweater that made him say, "There's my girl." He framed the guitar pick. It hangs above the fireplace now, next to his first CMA award. He taught me to play chords on that old Gibson. My fingers, arthritic from years of typing insurance claims, learned Waltz Across Texas in C major. We wrote a song together. Verse about loss, chorus about second verses, bridge about porch swings and wind chimes. 5 months later, on a crisp March evening, Wyatt proposed. Not with a ring, with a song. He sat me on the porch swing, played a new piece. Upbeat, hopeful, full of major sevenths and walking bass. At the end, he slid a simple silver band on my finger, engraved with a tiny wind chime. "Marry me, Rainey. Let's finish the album we started in '81. I said yes before he finished the last chord. The wedding was small. April 12th, the backyard. Pastor from Wyatt's church. Lula as witness. Emmylou, his tour manager, played fiddle. I wore a simple lace dress, off the rack at Dillard's, but it fit like it was sewn by angels. Wyatt wore a black suit and his Willie bandana. Ashley came alone. Travis stayed home with a listing appointment. She stood in the back, arms crossed, watching her mother marry a stranger under a dogwood tree. When the pastor said, "You may kiss the bride," Wyatt spun me like we were 24. Ashley looked away. Today I'm 68. I wake up to guitar strings and coffee strong enough to wake the dead. We travel. Memphis, Austin, Branson. Wyatt records in his home studio. I'm in the liner notes. Asterisk for Rainey, who came back to complete the song. Asterisk the crypto money never came back. But I got something better. Ashley calls every Sunday now. "Mom, can we come for Sunday dinner?" I say, "Bring Travis." And leave the Airbnb key at home. Sometimes late at night, Wyatt plays Turquoise Door slow and soft. I dance in sock feet across the hardwood, and he watches like I'm the only woman in the world. The scam took my savings. My daughter took my trust. But Wyatt gave me a future. And every night before we turn off the porch light, he kisses my forehead and whispers, "The song's complete. Did you cry? Did this story make your heart sing?" Asterisk asterisk comment below. Which city are you watching from? If you loved Lorraine's second verse, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell. Super thanks keeps these stories alive. Every dollar means another heart mended on screen now. 2 new stories. The flood that brought him home and the fire that lit my future. See you in the next one. With love and respect. Asterisk asterisk.